Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the humble ThrillSkin GODCAST. I'm here with JaLisa,
aka Lemonade Lunacy, on my YouTube channel.
Hey, okay, it's not JaLisa, because she'll eat you up. It's JaLisa. She made it clear to me earlier that don't call it. But anyways, we're gonna talk about this one topic that I saw on her YouTube page. And what's the topic?
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity. I feel like I need to talk about this because I want you guys to hear my side, my view of things. But I'm gonna let her take over real quick and get into the topic real quick.
Okay, so men and women both are perpetuating this idea that if you're not this one type of man, you must be a weak man or not a man at all. And I'm saying my position is that you can be a man even on the vagina and be any type of way, and no one should care if you're soft or if you're emotional or like not super strong and hard and whatever. Like, nobody should care. You can still be a man, and people should leave your masculinity alone. It's toxic to say no, only this is masculine. That's what I submit.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you this from my brain, because I feel like I'm a masculine dude myself, but it's like being masculine nowadays it's like considered demonic, controlling, or manipulative. It's like it ain't even like that. It's just like, you know, I feel like when I'm trying to man up, be a man, it's like, oh, you're too aggressive, oh, you're this, you're that, and it's like, so you want me to be? You want to be a little bitch, like I don't know. I'm pretty much saying that because I feel like the world right now, the agenda of the world, and I'm not afraid to say this shit, I feel like they're trying to like feminize men to not be masculine. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, who can I be, you know, masculine to? But she's talking about toxic masculinity. So I want you to break down, because I don't really understand that, you know.
So there's two ends to it, because you just said you feel like people condemn you when you are displaying masculinity. That condemnation in itself is toxic. Like, if you want to be on the grand ends of the spectrum of masculinity, you want to be this big silverback gorilla, that should be just as acceptable as it is to show the emotions and cry and be a feminine type of masculine. And so I don't think the world is like pushing men in one direction or the other. I think the world is trying to more strictly define masculinity, and everyone has such vastly wild ideas that it's sort of coming apart at the seams. Like, you're either not masculine enough, and therefore your manliness is called into question, like whether or not you're even a man. That's crazy. Or you're so masculine, so aggressive that you're the problem, and that's a problem. And so we need to just like untangle the idea that men have to be masculine, and that masculinity means a specific thing, and also that feminine men are somehow not men. Those three ideas on their own need to just come apart. We don't need them.
Okay.
If you want it, as long as you're not violent or crying yourself into unaliving yourself, you know, as long as you're not that far on the extremes, anything in between there, and you want to call yourself a man, that should be fine. Everyone should leave it alone. Nobody should be condemned for anything. If they want to identify as masculine and behave a certain way, I don't even know why anybody cares.
Okay, that's true. But for me as a man, like I feel like I can't be vulnerable, can't be soft, because niggas are gonna say I'm soft. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be like, why you crying? Why you emotional? Like, man up.
Those guys are full of toxic masculinity.
Okay, so that's toxic masculinity.
Yeah, for them to be like, you're not really being a man because men act like this, and that's some pussy shit. That attitude is the toxic masculinity.
I love that you said that. I love that you said that.
It's them, and they need to sit with those thoughts and say, why do I think this way? Where did I get this? You know, and what makes a man? They need to sit and do some reflecting, because.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I feel like, for the simple fact that I can't be emotional and, you know, say what's on my heart the way I want to say it, whether I'm going to cry about it or just, you know what I mean, be vulnerable. It's like, who do I be softly vulnerable to? Because there's times in my life where I feel like I want to express myself, but and for the simple fact that I can't, I feel like that's what causes, like,
for you to flip and turn into that opposite aggressive,
right.
Like, fine, I can't do that, then I'll do this.
Right.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Where are you supposed to be then? Because no one's telling you how to be, they're just telling you what you shouldn't do.
Right.
And that sucks, right?
That does suck. That causes mental health. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
I can't.
it's like coming across a road that just says road ends, but there's no detour sign, and you're like, I was going this direction, I knew where I was going, and now all of a sudden the road's blocked, but you're not telling me where I can go. That's not fair. And then you're left to make up these ideas of what's supposed to be okay and go by what your peers say. You're an adult now. It's the only opinions you're really getting are those of your peers. Like, and you have whatever your parents instilled, and sometimes those conflict, and now the internet exists and you hear everyone's opinion, and it's like, what am I supposed to do?
Exactly.
So that's where picking your circle comes in. The importance of like creating sanctuary for yourself and setting boundaries and sticking to them, and that includes like who's even coming in your vicinity, because your vicinity is the only thing you have control over.
Okay.
And what comes out of it and what goes into it. So your words, your thoughts, your actions, the people and stimuli and environment that you choose. You get to choose when you are an adult. That's the cool part. It's the hard part, but it's the cool part, because when you realize that, you can cut everybody off and start over all the time if you want. You can cut anyone off at any time. If somebody, your best friend, even of 37 years, you can have a best friend, and you realize he's making you feel bad about the way you want to express your feelings.
Like 100% of the time.
That's okay to be like, I don't want that. We've been friends a long time, but for me, for myself, for the rest of my life, which is mine, is all I have to control.
Ownership.
I need to just love you from back here. And that's okay to do. And that's another thing people don't even let men do. They're like, oh, just tough it up, stick it up. He's just being, like, oh, whatever, just deal with this person. They just tell men to just deal with it. But we're so quick to tell women to leave. Like, a woman's dealing with some shit. Like, you don't need that, he ain't shit, just go. But when it comes to a man dealing with some shit, it's always just suck it up. Like, get over it.
And that's just whack.
Be strong and silent. Kind of just...
That's whack, you know what I'm saying?
If someone doesn't want to see you express your feelings to them, if you don't feel comfortable or safe, like, sorry to use these buzzwords, but like, if you don't feel safe enough to express yourself around your best friend, that's not your best friend.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's not your best friend. There's someone out there who does want to hear everything you have to say and will be there to just hug you at the end of the day. Every person, man, woman, non-binary, whatever, like, every single human needs to have someone at the end of the day that they can be like, let me open up to you. And so if you don't have to open up to everyone in your life, but if you wanted to open up to someone and they shut that down, you don't have to keep them.
I feel like I want to hug right now. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I needed that. I don't get much love like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm one man army, aka Lone Wolf Gang, and you know what I mean?
That's toxic masculinity.
I know, but
Lone wolf, alpha male,
I know,
Sigma male,
I
don't need nobody, I'm gonna do this, I'm the breadwinner, blah, 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 blah. Breadwinner for what, my nigga? Where's your family? Like, that's first set work on this. So once you are comfortable in yourself, people will flock to you, the people you want. When you start vibrating up here, everyone else will like be like allergic to you. It's so crazy. When you just start, you're like, I'm not a victim anymore. I'm changing my perspective. Like, you shift your focus and you can't even see them. And so they're like, hey, and then they eventually go away because they're flying around shit that isn't reacting. So they leave. And so you end up being able to choose a better and better circle every time you turn your focus up and in and like hone in on like something special, like something you think is important, something positive. Like, if you just shift away from the negativity, it'll literally fall to the wayside, and everything will come to you, and you can just be like living your best life. Like,
I love that. Thank you. You know what? I gotta thank you for putting me in my place. Because I preach it. So is it wrong for me to preach that I'm one man army and one move? That's toxic masculinity right there.
No, you can be that if you want to choose to be that. Anyone can be anything.
I didn't
if
choose
they
it.
choose
The
to.
world
What
chose
I'm
it for
saying
me. The bitch ass niggas chose it for me.
If you want to move out of
fuck
that,
people, fuck bitches, fuck boys, chose it for me.
if you want to move out of that, just feel strong and secure enough to do so.
Okay.
You know, you don't have to be alone. Be like, I'm looking for my pack. I'm trying to find, you know, like
My whole goddamn life, my nigga.
So here's the thing. Here, I'm gonna break down the intrinsicness.
Break
I
the
don't
shit
think that's
down.
a word, but there's this intrinsic link between alpha wolf and lone wolf. That don't make no sense, and I'll tell you why.
Tell us, please.
What are you alpha to? If you're alone, you need a pack. You have to be leading somebody. If you're alone and no one else in the world is behind you, you're not an alpha. You're not leading shit. I don't know what you thought. Alpha to yourself, that's not a big deal. Everyone can lead themselves. You should be able to pull your pants up and lead yourself. Everybody. That's nothing to brag about. When you're like, if you have like people who like look up to you and you help them or provide for them, or like, you know, like a family, a father, then you can call yourself an alpha. If you're really just running around alone, you're not alpha to anything. By definition, definitionally, you're not leading anybody. There's no pack if you're alone. So it's one or the other. You can be a lone wolf, but you're not an alpha until you find a pack.
I ain't got nothing to say about that. You nailed that shit on the money. Yeah. So.
Pick one.
Yeah, real talk. I appreciate you saying that, because like I said, I feel like men need to hear a woman's perspective on things, because I believe women are smarter than men. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Y'all could argue, agree to disagree, whatever is the case may be, but you definitely nailed some points. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your thoughts, and I'm not gonna say ideas. It's not an idea. It's in you. You know what I'm saying? And you projected it out to this GODCAST. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you don't have to be anything. People put you there. That's a mindset you can remove yourself from. And fuck what anyone says about it.
Right. That was fire. Hey, listen. I want you to. I'm gonna put her link in the bio. You know what I'm saying? That's JaLisa, not JaLisa. Get it right, JaLisa. I'm gonna put her link. Y'all can go follow her. She got some content. She's gonna definitely drop some more.
Yeah. And, it's a baby channel, but we're getting there. I'm gonna blow up soon.
She I had a conversation with her off camera, and she's definitely mad smart. She is amazing, and like I said, go and check her out. We gonna end it right here, 15-minute cap, and yeah, man. Is there any last things that you want to say before I wrap this up? I just love you all. Aww. On 1, 2, 3. Aww. All right, yo. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we out.